Yo, welcome everyone to a brand new video, and today it's time for another league race. This time it's WOR and we're racing around Las Vegas once again. There is a lot happening in this race, many overtakes. We're on for a really good result, but something is gonna happen, and yeah, you guys will probably see how it ends, but enjoy the video. So we jump straight away into Q1, as you can see, and this corner actually is a massive bump on the track. Sometimes you get blessed and you barely feel the curb. Sometimes you get jumped like a meter high in the sky. So yeah, that corner is pretty much deciding however your lap is gonna go. It's pretty much the same as casino around Las Vegas as well, because yeah, it's pretty much guessing or pretty much praying that you get the corner right. But that's the same for everyone. For now, across the line, it's a 0.711, and this is the corner once again. This time we took more risk, but we invalidated. But it doesn't matter, because our lap was quick. Our first lap was quick enough anyway. So that brings us to Q2. Our first lap wasn't amazing. I think it was similar lap time to what we did in our banker in Q1. So we need a good improvement here. And now coming around in turn 1 into turn 2. Really important to get that apex there, otherwise you run very wide and lose a lot of time. Now into this corner. Don't really want to hit that curb on the inside. Just a little bit. That was pretty nice. It's a 7-8. First sector. Now into this blind left-hander, turning and braking at the same time, getting all the curbs and try to avoid that one a little bit. Now on the power we're 110 up, and through this flat-out right-left combination. Now we're approaching to the corner of the corner on this track, and this time you can see we got it pretty nicely, and you can see what it does to the delta. We've gained so much time with just getting that corner right. Almost 4 tenths up, and our delta is a 0.709. So 4 tenths should be easily through. So we just need a decent final corner here, and we take a bit too much curb, I feel like, but we're still almost 4 tenths up.
Nice, take that.
So yeah, I knew at this time already that the lap would have been enough. And you can see as well across the line, it's P2.
Oh, needed that, fuck's sake. Let's go, man.
So yeah, that was quite nice. Yeah, P2 and Q2. So it seems like if we get the corner right, the pace is good enough around this track to get a good qualifying position. But now, this is Q3, it's our final lap. We had one used set and one fresh set. So the first lap wasn't really representative. This lap we are gonna see where we end up. Take a bit too much curb there, and we got a little bit of understeer because of that. Not a great first sector for a Q3 run. Now into this left-hander once again. That was decent, but got slightly understeer over that curb, bottomed out. Now into this left-hander, that was okay. And again, 4 tenths up. I think our delta this time is a 0.9. So yeah, good lap times are around 0.9, 0.0, so we need almost a second actually in order to do a really good lap. Now, took it a bit careful, but it is fine. The delta, the sector 2 split is slower though than what we did in Q2, so yeah, we would need a crazy last sector in order to put ourselves around the top 5. And we're still gonna try our best. Into the left-hander, that was a little bit better than what we did in Q2, and now we are 6.5 tenths up. So yeah, it's not the second or the 9 tenths that we were aiming for. And across the line, it will be a 3.37, so actually slower than in Q2 lap, and that's not ideal. Still good enough for P10.
Lucky.
So we take that. Our teammate Jan Haladesh is in P3, I believe. He had a good qualifying, so nicely done. P5 actually. Nicely done from him anyway, and let's enter the race. And here we are at the start of the race. We're gonna start on the hard tires once again. We are on P8. Josh Doe right behind us on the hard tires as well. There are 5 red lights and away we go. It's a pretty quick start. We do have many medium runners around us, and you can see cars are ghosted, so that's not amazing because Josh has the better racing line as he started on the outside, and we get hit from the back.
I still get pushed.
And that's Jan Wopmer. But I was probably ghosted for him. But yeah, I just got pushed off the track there. He can't do anything about it either, because I was a ghost for him probably. But yeah, it does make us lose 3 positions already at the start, and that's not amazing. Now I tried to take it a bit easier, but Angelo Dutencio puts it around the outside. He's on the medium tires as well, so he will have that advantage of having more grip at the start of the race. So yeah, not much we can do about it. We don't want to fight it too hard, so we're gonna let him go for now, and mainly focus to not lose more positions than this. Usually at this point it settles a little bit, because on this straight it's really hard to overtake in the first lap anyway, as everyone is blasting their ERS. So we move on to lap 2, and now you can see cars ahead are starting to battle. That's Angelo trying to make a move on Thomas Gal. He's going to go down the inside here, and this is only good for us because they will probably use some ERS at the exit of this corner, and the more they use the better it is, because they will become an easier target for me later on in this lap. So now moving on to the start of lap 3, you can see they're still battling pretty hard, and that will probably mean that they are low on ERS. Also Angelo on the inside of Jarno there, and now into this corner you can see Thomas seems to struggle a little bit, so maybe he has a bit of damage, and now we're gonna put some pressure on him. He is flashing. We are still 60%, gonna go around the outside, and he even hit the rear of Angelo, so now he surely has damage. Now we got the inside on this left-hander, but Angelo's still on those medium tires. He does have a little bit of a moment though. We're still side by side, and now through this left-hander, give him just enough space on the outside there. But again, didn't want to blast all my ERS at this point, so we're gonna let him go and maybe get him later on. But yeah, very good racing there with him.
Oh, how is Thomas here?
And as you can see in the top left, Thomas Ronner, he's actually started last in this race, and he somehow found a way to be right behind me. So he has had a pretty good race, as Jarno and Angelo are going into the pits.
Oh my
so
God.
we move on to P9. Joshi Do is the only hard runner in front of us, and Thomas is right behind us. So maybe us 3 can work together a bit here. Now you can see Josh is not using his battery, so I decided to turn it on and put some pressure. Maybe try and do something around the outside here. It didn't work, so then try and get a good exit. But Thomas Ronner is now really close behind us, so we have to be careful. And yeah, knowing Thomas, he doesn't know how to turn his battery off once he's behind you. So yeah, he will be making it difficult for us. So we have to use quite a bit and defend against him to make sure that he can't send it down the inside or go around the outside there. And now in this corner I was expecting him to calm down, as more cars are going into the box. And now Thomas again, he was trying to go down the inside, but we covered that off at the outside. He outbrakes himself, and we managed to keep our position for now. I also think that the hard tires at this point are quicker than the mediums, so
Thomas.
as Thomas does not want to stop attacking, which is
Can he stop?
obviously fair from him. But now Joshido up ahead, he is gonna go for a move on Ismail Fassi, who is still out on mediums. You can see Josh gonna try and go around the outside, but Ismail outbrakes himself. And now this is pretty bad for us, because we can't really get a good exit, and now Thomas has a much better exit, and yeah, he could keep his momentum and puts it down inside.
just-
So now
Where's the next hard runner behind me?
we do have to let him go there.
Yes, Tycho in P10.
Okay.
So next hard runner behind was in P10. Now it's Declan Barrett in P8, but it's a 2.8 second gap. And that's really important because we won't be able to get undercut this way, only if they would go ridiculously early, but we can just react to whatever they do. Whenever the cars behind go into the box, we can go the next lap and still be ahead of them. And that's pretty nice, to be fair. Now, we are right behind Josh Domu. Thomas Ronnar went into P1. And you can see Josh is flashing. And even though we're still 50%, you pretty much hit the limiter on this straight. So, yeah, the car just stops accelerating at some point. And then you can't really make an overtake, even though you have more battery. But now we are going to try and go for a move once again. We're going to try and go around the outside, but we bottom a lot and lose so much time. And that gives George still the inside line. And yeah, we were barely ahead of him. So that's clearly not the way to overtake someone going into turn 1. You can see Josh is flashing once again. I was trying to now close that gap, but you can see even though we still have 30% using battery, you're not even gaining that much. So yeah, it's a shame. I was hoping to go until lap 17, but Thomas decided to go into the pits. I decided to follow and George as well, because DRS is so important on this track, as that straight is so long, so you can gain a lot of lap time with just DRS, and going one lap extra to save 4% tires, not really worth it, because you will have so much work to do with catching up. So now we come out in P13.
Already 4 lap older tires.
And now it's our job to start making moves. Daniele Parodi is on 4 lap older mediums, so he shouldn't be making it that difficult for us. He was fighting Josh a little bit. Now he is flashing and he knows I'm on 4 lap fresher tires. He also has front wing damage, as you can see there, so he didn't fight it too hard, which is probably the better decision anyway. Now lap 18, George flashing once again, but now we've learned from the mistake to not go around the outside, so we're waiting and now turn the ERS back on, getting the inside line, and now we managed to get the move done. So that's much better. Also took the fastest lap. Unfortunately don't get an extra point for that anymore, but you can see cars ahead are battling very hard. That's Lucas Blakely. He also has a 10-second speeding, and we have 6 lap fresher tires, and he's on the hards, as Thomas almost took out his teammate there. So Owen made it 3 wide, and now we're gonna try and go around the outside because we have that fresher tires.
Okay, why is Josh ghosted?
As Josh somehow managed to ghost himself and go through me. So I tried to pull out of the way that he can unghost himself, but he thought, you know what, I'm gonna stay ghosted. As we went around the outside of Angelo there and got the position up to P9, so we only need 1 more position to be at the same places where we started.
4 laps to Julian.
And now 4 lap fresher tires to Julian. It's lap 19 and we are quite low on battery, but I know that I can brake much later, so I just need to get close to them. But now Julian is gonna go for an attack on Ismail Fassi, so I had to let them fight each other, save a bit of my ERS and use it later on. You can see in this corner how much more grip we have. You can see he's understeering quite a bit, so now we are very, very close to him. And we're gonna try and go for a move around the outside, but he puts us in the wall, misses the corner, and
Yeah, that's why, again.
Unfortunately, we got 100%.
As soon as the guy's in midfield, you
damage.
completely forget what he's doing.
So yeah, that was not ideal as Daniele sent it on us, but we got a nice switchback. Even though we didn't have a front wing, so I was happy with that move to still put it off. But yeah, unfortunately, that's race ending, and now up ahead, Tycho, Hardy, and Angelo make contact as well. Angelo's race got ended there, so it's a shame. But then Ismail Fassi in the bottom, you can see he has left the session, and he was right driving right in front of us, and we are currently in P11. Also, our teammate Jan is in P4 or 5, I believe, at the moment, and he got 13 seconds of penalties, but he can maybe remove that. As
Taking extra wing damage for more speed.
we slightly tapped the wall there. So Thomas Ronner actually won this race with 3.5 seconds. And we were right behind him, going through the field. So yeah, it's a shame. It could have been a really good end result.
Crazy.
Starting from P8, but yeah, unfortunately we had a collision. So it is what it is. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.